Dig, if you will, a picture. A work, not of art, but of something far worse. Nothing less than the full culmination of what the purpose of the channel is, but the beating heart and soul of what the show's title is. It's a triptych of equal parts celebratory commentary, languid if not scathing satire, and unfiltered stream of consciousness. A review in its totality, save for the accompanying musical troupe and four-part harmony. Nothing new, but certainly something we haven't been able to present in years. What you're about to witness is a tale as old as time, the last remnants of a mind gone completely to the wind, if not straight off a cliff, and directly into your monitor. A project of passion, frustration, the deepest love, and the greatest rages. It is a tale told by a tard, full of sound and fury, and signifying Asperger's. The turpid fortitude required to view it all, eclipsed first and then dwarfed by the sheer amount of extraneous chromosomes required to create the vapid waters of the river nightmare. Yes, what you're about to see is legally defined as 99.97% pure autism, a Schedule 1 substance of an ever-increasing demand in the UPN zone.
You're watching
Coming up next on UPN.
We get around quite a lot on this channel, and it focuses pretty heavily in the independent sphere, which, as you all know, are almost always projects with a much smaller scope. But there are sectors of the independent sphere that, while I love engaging with, oftentimes don't present enough for me to make a dedicated video to a single title. Sometimes we'll get some truly Kino shitpost games, but what about the smaller, maybe 1 to 3 hour at the most titles that focus more on telling a story? Games with scopes that are small even by indie standards, with very little to talk about gameplay-wise, but a massive amount to chew through when it comes to stories they're telling, or the concepts that they're exploring. Well, sometimes you have to do something a little different to tell people these strange tales from stranger lands, and that brings us to our first developers, Erupting Avocado. What is hope? What does it mean to dream of something bigger than yourself? To dedicate every fiber of your being to achieving this dream? What happens when you finally accomplish this only for it to not be what you expected? For it to destroy everything that once drove you, and worse, for that failure to instead be seen by others as a great success and drive them to make the same mistakes? The Repairing Mantis puts us into the perspective of, well, a mantis that is looking to fix a bridge to something greater than the self. We enter into a dreamlike world and meet a little crocodile who asks us to potentially find them a dream, something they can aspire to, and we quickly go off to find a squirrel that is seeking to fly. He offers up his literal body to help us build this bridge as he works through accomplishing his own task, and he's carried off by the moths that inhabited his body, and we cross the bridge from this one dream back into the waking world where everything is changing. The nightmare that squirrel now lives has inspired other squirrels to fly, and the results have been disastrous for them. What follows is a tale of mutilating these squirrels to give up the parts of them that make them who they are to achieve everything they desire, only to find the falsity of it all, and no longer having that dream, having very little left to live for. As we help them, we gain the ability to return their dreams to them, but the squirrels don't recognize them. Their experiences and trials have permanently changed them to the point that when given back what they once were, they can no longer even recognize themselves. They don't recognize the dreams as their own, and they're left more lost than when we met them. But if we forego giving back one of these dreams and instead we decide to grant the crocodile a dream, it tells us that the only way to repair this dreamscape, the only way to help fix the squirrels' lives, is to go back and destroy that first dream. We must destroy the dream of the first squirrel to build a flying machine. Sure, we will destroy everything he hoped for and in turn his will to keep going, but in doing so we stop that failure from infecting everyone else. Is it right to crush the hopes, dreams, and even the life of this one believer if it means saving others? Who did he truly hurt in his own folly? Surely himself, but if others took the wrong lesson and follow his path, are they worth giving that second chance? Is that bridge worth repairing? Or is it better to let this doomed nightmarescape rot in its sorrow? You can't help those who refuse to help themselves, and you cannot lead those with eyes but choose not to see. Was it better to have never come at all? The bridge needed to be built, but what cost was incurred along the way? And is the cost even worth marking? Who can say? What does helplessness mean? To be incapable of accomplishing what you need to in order to survive? An outright refusal to, a rejection of those who would aid you in self-sabotage? To survive, all creatures must hold the drive. That hunger. The hungry fly sets us in control of the titular terror who awakens in a decaying world. There is no food here. All is gray mush, inedible and entropic. Much remains in this world, but soon it will all be gone, lost to the impenetrable fog, first consigned to memory, and then to non-existence. Our hungry harbinger meets a few cute faces along the journey to locate their dinner, and we learn a few facts about them from our interaction. Playing with a yo-yo, their prized lollipop, their argument with their friend over a missing hairbrush, but none of them are edible. Shortly after, we meet a plant, a happy little fellow who tells us that inside him are memories. Perhaps these memories might even be of food we can find and consume, and prolong our little life just a little longer. Stepping into this beast's mouth, we enter a home, decaying, abandoned, and steaming. There's a monster near us, but it is unaware of our presence and we're free to explore. Quickly, we find that things are not so rotten, and indeed, we can eat them. They sustain us, but they do more. Like a sort of cultural osmosis acquired via a fine dining experience, we learn this isn't just a memory of food, it is a memory of the monster. We did not simply enter a memory inside this plant, we entered someone's psyche, a monster's mind, and were consuming his memories. We learn quite a bit about the monster, but not really enough to draw any conclusions, and indeed, only enough to know we need to find more. Then we meet our dear little friend whose doll has turned its back on her, and in the monster's memory, we find the core of their argument, as well as a friendly little spider whom, after we aids us and the caterpillar to discover her missing hairbrush. But it is all lost. To find the brush, we must separate the fast friends forever, leaving their relationship permanently destroyed, but we eventually find the food we came for and can move on. The last memory we enter is not those about the little bugs that inhabited this fecund hovel, but those of the monster itself. We don't just enter its psyche, we enter what remains of the world it inhabited. Rotting, muddy, stuck in a bathtub. It's no threat. In fact, it's trapped. It's unable to help itself. He needs to be cleaned, but in so doing, we will destroy him. Do we help clean this monster knowing that we are consuming and killing it, or do we simply move on? Well, if we choose to destroy the monster, we get an ending looking back to the memory of events that brought the monster to its current fate. He is weak, his mother is bathing him. If we destroy any of the other bugs' memories or the monster itself, we find him alone, his mother taking a phone call and unable to clean himself. Those little insect friends come to help him, but if you've broken any of their memories through your ravenous hunger, they're unable to help and he is left dirty. But the spider, a much longer time friend, comes to help, but what did it mean to be helpless? Could the child have not scrubbed himself? In fact, it was not but a moment ago. The spider, a strong friend, has come to help, but what if the spider holds the key? But what key? What if eating the spider would grant you its strength? Well then, Then you would be a monster, and alone, rotting in the tub, covered in mud and a hell of your own making, waiting, hoping for a fly to come around to maybe help you long after the world has rotted away. But if we properly let the memories of the bugs play out, they will help the boy, and not only that, he will have gained the strength to help himself. That drive to rebuild the necessary strength to not just cling on to his life, but to thrive. The boy is clean. He does not need to sit in the tub any longer. Mother warned he should wait for her to return from the phone, but he's made it this far, and there's so much more to strive for, and if he can just get himself out of the tub... But the tub is tall. Far taller than it seemed before. Frighteningly so, even, and all it takes is a moment of hesitation and a small slip, and all that triumph is consigned to memory as it slowly decays to nothing, and crawling from the bathtub into the light, the story ends. What are hope and memory? When hope is gone and memory is all that's left, and the knowledge that it will soon be gone is all the future holds, and Jesus fucking Christ, what is this train schedule? What the fuck is going on? Oh, motherfucker!
The Crypt Revue will return shortly.
You're listening to Audible, a production of Jeff Bezos, and certainly not something made by some idiot who has too much time on his hands.
Doom, Repercussions of Evil, written by Peter Chimera, and narrated by Dripping Yellow Madness. Chapter only. John Stalvin waited. The lights above him blinked and sparked out of the air. There were demons in the base. He didn't see them, but had expected them now for years. His warnings to Colonel Josen were not listened to, and now it was too late. Far too late for now, anyway. John was a space marine for 14 years. When he was young, he watched the spaceships and he said to Dad, "I want to be on the ships, Daddy." Dad said, "No! You will be killed by demons!" There was a time when he believed him. Then as he got older, he stopped. But now in the space station base of the UAC, he knew there were demons. "This is Josen," the radio crackered. "You must fight the demons." So John godded his Palsma rifle and blew up the wall. "He's going to kill us," said the demons. "I will shoot at him," said the cyber demon, and he fired the rocket missiles. John plasmid at him and tried to blow him up, but then the ceiling fell and they were trapped and not able to kill. "No, I must kill the demons," he shouted. The radio said, "No, John, you are the demons." And then John was a zombie. Doom, Repercussions of Evil, by Peter Chimera and narrated by Dripping Yellow Madness. Recorded in an old shed on the outskirts of a moon prison colony. Copyright nobody, absolutely zero rights reserved.
Thank you for listening to Audible. How is it that you had nothing better to do with your day?
To my dearest Brenda, it has been no less than 26 months since I last held you in my arms, in that expertly executed rear-naked chokehold as I attempted to squeeze the life from you and your luscious breasts. Had I known that shortly after my joints and limbs locked into place that your boarding crew would detonate the bombs they had secreted upon my vessel, I may have uttered some taunting declaration of final victory, a poetic irony to punch my fall like shining Lucifer before me. But alas, it was not meant to be. In these 2 long years apart, I have had much time to reflect. Time to reflect on how my crew and I have found ourselves at such odds against the Dread Ark Homeowners Association. On those many PTA meetings that saw us at odds with one another, and on how much bullshit your casserole is stuffed with. I have had no small quantity of time trapped in the labyrinthine passages of my own mind, and I think, had the circumstances of our meeting been different, had we been in even slightly different positions in our lives on that first fateful encounter, had we first met under even the slightest of more amicable circumstances, I would still hate you so fucking much. I do not know how you survived that blunderbuss with its rounds forged from the very chaos behind creation, quenched in the tears of angels. There is much I do not know about you, your neighbor crew, for there is much I have yet to understand about many things. But were there to be one thing I know for sure, it will not be so easy to remove you and your bouncing, bountiful breastises from the face of these United Seas of America. So it is with much weight upon my shoulders, and considerations far greater than I have undertaken before, I have elected to cease my pursuit of this folly. Ow. Hand cramps. Writing with these things is hard. Yes, in these long years, first trapped in the grips of Davy Jones's locker, awaiting my Amazon deliveries to repair my ship, then returned once again to the surface, and further, in the long nights of restless sleep, I have decided it is time for me to take a new direction in my life. Dearest, thicker than a snicker Brenda, I have decided I shall no longer seek to kill you. But I know you can bleed, for I have seen it with mine own eyes. Instead, I shall capture you, and then I shall exsanguinate you. I know you will survive this procedure, though how I cannot fathom. Regardless of the how, I shall then instruct the Ushabti sculptors to store your life's blood in the ancient urns that house my organs, and in its stead I shall fill your veins with the necroplastic goo I use to fuel my undead machines of war. You will survive, dear Brenda, but you will be trapped in your own mind. When the process is complete, and you are unable to fight the control of my necromantic suggestion, I shall take you as my eternal wife. You will share in my endeavors. You will raise armies at my right hand. You will learn a real goddamn casserole recipe, and you will be powerless to stop yourself. And every morning I will rise and step from my cabin to greet the crew. I will glower victoriously at the sun with you, my slavering ghoul bride, and your righteous titties by my side. Yes, I am indeed a visionary, one with eyes toward a future you cannot imagine in your most madness-stricken fever dreams. This is the hell I have prepared for you, dearest Brenda. These are the plans I have laid bare before me, and I shall see them through. Expect me, witness me, and prepare yourself for the future as my blushing, abominable bride. Yours anathemally, TheNecroswanson, Captain of the SS Corpse Barge. Postscript. Fuck you and everyone who looks like you, you creepy, no-face having bitch.
Hey, buddy! Hey, I'm not interrupting your quiet enjoyment of this remake of this timeless horror classic with all my tractoring, am I? Well, shoot, I sure am sorry about that, but since I've got your attention, Silent Hill, an unfortunately named town that's constantly on the verge of being sued for false advertising due to the fact that every hour on the hour they recreate Daru's sandstorm with a vast array of air raid sirens. It's a famous little town with some well-known visitors such as Harry Mason and his daughter Cheryl, or is it Heather? Henry Townsend, a teenager Heather Mason, or is it Cheryl? These assholes that literally nobody cares about, and tonight's belle of the ball, Richard goddamn Ramirez! That's right! Good old Richie's prison wife, having found out that some of his victims were children, has divorced him. Look it up. And he's received a mysterious letter from her letting him know that she's waiting for him in their special place. This rubs old Ramrod the wrong way considering he's a certified lady killer, but figured once a few more convictions under his belt, he takes his precious little patootie to their old stomping grounds, Branson, Missouri.
Блядь, Necro. Is not Branson. Where is Yakov Smirnov Theater?
I'm glad you asked, Cold War era Soviet. You see, this game takes place in the mid to late 90s, long before the establishment of the theater.
Блядь, town is run down and abandoned.
That's where you're wrong, sweet cheeks. It's not run down and abandoned. It's run by Pentecostals, and their number one building material is untreated salvage wood they pulled from the river.
Блядь, Necro. Town is decorated by paintings and drawings made by children that are incredibly unsettling with the knowledge that they are made by children, making them even creepier.
Yep, that's Pentecostals for you. Freaky as hell. Make good ice cream, though.
Bliat Necro. Decadent western town is infested and run by cult which holds misguided view of vengeful and monstrous god. Insane adherents believe angels can communicate and interact with words through them. Is Pentecostals, da?
It's Pentecostals! Duh! Behold! Corn! Where was I? Oh, right! Richard enters the pre-cellular phone era Branson on a classic foggy day, seeking the known locations his wife could be, in the hopes that he could also snag some primo Jordans. But the town plays tricks on a man's mind, like forcing him to confront the horrible truth of who he is, his deepest, violently sexual desires. The knowledge that there is no more prime and evil than children.
Hey, wait.
Vaccines causing autism.
Well, they came at me. I didn't know what to do, so I ran. I came here.
And the pure confrontation of self, guilt, and desire for self-punishment, and the pure hatred for said primo Jordans. Holy shit! It's Triangle Man from that famous They Might Be Giants song.
Triangle Man, Triangle Man, Triangle Man hates person man. They have a fight, Triangle wins, Triangle Man.
Richard quickly meets a few faces who seem just as confused as he is.
I'm looking for my mama. 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 Mama.
And lacking a sense of self-preservation they might be, good old Richie decides not to press the issue with them, as he has much more important things to deal with, like the complete eradication of thoughts from the internet.
Here come the clowns.
Holy shit, look at the cans on that one! You sure don't see them stacked like that too often, but you know these games are filled with symbolism, so what could it mean? Look, Richie isn't gay and he doesn't hate women per se, but what he truly hates is that deep down, he hates himself for liking women. It's that guilt that pushed him to do the things he did that landed him in prison the first time, and the knowledge that his wife could still possibly be alive, just existing femininely in this Ozark hellhole, drives him to his desperate edge. Richie confronts the truth. Whatever he did was not solely out of mercy. There was that selfish desire. He wanted to murder those women for liking them so that he wouldn't like them anymore. Because if he liked them after they were dead, that would mean he liked a corpse. And that's just gross. The greatest monster was inside him all along. There is no redemption or Jordans for him in this town. This is the end of the road for him as he knows himself. The end of his story as a 25-time convicted ladies' man. Maria isn't just some wine aunt who didn't handle turning 30 well. She's a bona fide succubus, tempting him to keep up his ways, accept the monster that he is, and she will accept him the same. Mary is in fact dead, but Maria offers him all the prostitutes he could ever want to murder, if only he would give himself to her. But what Maria didn't count on is that California gubernatorial Richard Ramirez came here a boy, on a path of delusion, self-destruction, and endless need to please the femoids. What Maria did not count on was that when Richard goddamn Ramirez stepped out of that bathroom at the start of this game that runs worse than my fat ass does after Taco Bell binge, was that he stepped out officially starting his Sigma grind.
Suckabliat. Did somebody say decadent Western diarrhea? Where is glorious Slav jank from Mother Russia?
Will you get out of here? Anyway, thanks, Bloober, for turning a beloved classic piece of gaming art into absolute shit show by missing the entire point of why dialogue was delivered the way it was.
Will you hold it for me? I'm not sure what I might do.
And taking fog that was used to hide technical limitations on the draw distance and making it so that even though you can't see more than 10 feet in front of you, the game stutters every 20 goddamn feet because it can't keep up with the loading environments. I sure do love it when I can't tell if the massive in-your-face stuttering is because the game can barely struggle to maintain 50 FPS on top-tier hardware as a result of the cutscenes like the 30 FPS, or you just don't know how to code loading in assets and proper RAM usage despite having fog thicker than your mother's hide to hide that issue. Great work! Can't see why people hate y'all so much, no siree. Y'all were upset at the voice acting. Y'all were trepidatious at the mention of the quote-unquote modern audiences. Y'all were asking questions when Angela had post-aggressive liposuction face. I knew this was gonna be donkey balls the second Bloober was announced to be making it. Who could have guessed that a dev studio known solely for taking other people's unfinished ideas and half-assed and poorly functional trash out of them could go wrong? Certainly not Konami, that's for sure. What the hell is artistic integrity anyway? Who gives a fuck about why things were done the way they were or the specific reasons behind it? None of that matters when every franchise you own is deader than a doornail and you've got to squeeze those sweet nostalgia books from brain-dead consumers who don't give a single shit about gaming as an art form. Where was I? Oh right, doubt, inner turmoil, facing your demons and working to just be an overall not shitty person.
And I wanna fake my death and abandon all responsibilities and never talk to anyone again, except for my dog. That's called self-care, sweetie. Look it up.
That's right. Ram Samey didn't come here to find his wife or chit-chat with the fat or talk to this, person about its mother. He came for the violence. He came to patrol. Held down by the desire for designer sneakers or the lust for the gold digger species, he sacrificed his ability to become a wizard, but by God, he won't sacrifice his dignity as a man. Triangle Man's not his enemy. He's the goal, the gain, the muse, the mental mentor for who he can truly be, pushing him in the direction he needs to go, showing Richard the need to wrestle with his desire for the freshest kicks, and he'll never again be tempted by these earthly, feminine delights.
Come on, James, give us a snog. Sorry, baby. 308s before 304s.
He's gonna find that Paula Deen family-style restaurant. He's gonna ride that goofy-ass passenger train, and most of all, he's gonna work on himself. He will improve. He will build himself into the man society needs him to be, not the one they want him to be. He will start an online course to sell to young men who are just as lost as he was, and he will teach them the virtues of beating women to death. So this summer, tune in to witness Rich's ascension to true manhood and his journey of self-discovery and improvement. Starring Timothy James, the Night Stalker Junderland, Jessica, the last remaining clone of the Olsen twins, Triangle Man, Mrs. Potato Head, and in her television acting debut, Mrs. Jesus Christine Ricardo Weston Chandler, CPU Blue Heart of the Commodore 64, and the real Player One.
Maybe together we could find a way out of this town. It's probably just Laura messing around. Yeah, that's right, he made me do it.
Okay, calm down, Eddie. Any idea why he would do that?
I don't know. He came out of nowhere. Tried sneaking up on me in the dark. I heard footsteps, so I turned back and he was right there.
Silent Hill 2, the quest for double-digit frames per second, this summer on UPN.
UPN. Sacrifice your children to Moloch.
Okay. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, and...
How it feels to chew 5 gum. Five gum, stimulate your prostate.
This summer on Darryl Fights the Monsters.
Hell yeah. This dirigible shit rules so effing hard.
Chief, look. What is that?
It looks like a struggling tech startup. I have an idea, so I got an idea. What if we invest in tech startups, purposefully mismanage them, dissolve them, and absorb their tech bro talent into business corp proper? But the real question is, how to get Darryl to go along with it?
Mr. Chairman, you're looking, scruffy.
Yes, while you were on vacation and we were having our weeb adventure, I got really into orbit culture. Anyway, about this job, there are only 2 catches. No bones.
What?
And no giant swords.
This is bullshit, Chief. You're cutting off my cock to spite my balls.
I don't recall requisitioning back sass, especially not of the buddy cop film variety. Anyway, we're not leaving you out to dry on this one. We got you a new intern.
Oh my goodness. Are you here for the food too?
To entice Darryl into joining us on the excursion, I used a showbiz technique commonly referred to as lying. You see, I find the best way to get people to do what you want is to manipulate them.
Is that spicy sand spaghetti?
It's a tech startup. Pretty new one it looks like.
Ooh, look at that big chicken. Can we eat it?
Nope. Anyway, guess I'm gonna go make our first deal. Magical anime girl who is once again a cat, to me.
Look, Darryl, we broke the rules and brought you a big sword.
Small child, do you seek the power of unmitigated violence?
Where is the food? I must know.
You better tell her, she might eat you. The chickens know the way, huh? Looks like this is the place.
I like frog legs. Can we fry it?
Whoa, Daddy, look at the tongue. I want to ride its face. Hey, sailor, over here, buy a lady a drink. All right, dickheads, it's dead.
Can we fry it?
Guess I don't see why not.
Wait, you're going to eat it?
We're going to fry it. It's going to be lunch. Do you want lunch?
Yay, she'll probably eat the entire thing. If you don't want to see how horrible that is in reality, I suggest to go on ahead of us.
Hey children, it's your old pal Drippin' Yellow Madness, and I sure am glad to see you today. Why don't you sit right down and we can have ourselves a little chat. You see, kids, I want to talk to you today about a little something I like to call Monster Hunter Wilds. Have you heard of it? You have? Well, shoot, nothing gets by you kids these days. I should have known you'd have heard of it. Well, you're probably wondering, why would this creepy old man want to talk to you about the latest of Monster Hunter games? Well, kids, I feel you ought to know something. Monster Hunter Wilds is a dog shit game. You see, I went ahead and I recorded hours of footage so that we could hop on the friendship train to Imagination Station and make a little Darryl Fights the Monsters video out of it. Nothing too big like the last few, just some fun summer teaser gags. But kids, and pardon my French, this ass blast of a fuckfest is just downright intolerable to play, and quite frankly, I fucking hate doing it. Now, I like to tell you that you can't have hate in your heart if you want to make the world a better place. But gosh and darn just about all of it, I just hate this pile of shit sometimes. I hate it more than I hate Bobby and his parents. Now don't get me wrong, children. Bobby's family never harmed me or mine. It's just because Bobby's family are a bunch of lazy, good-for-nothing.
The real trick is getting Darryl to think it was her idea. It's like turning oppositional defiance disorder into controlled opposition. Her abject hatred of nonsense and anger is this corporation's greatest asset.
Bone Mommy's back, motherfuckers. What are those interns doing?
It's a spicy chicken recipe.
I'm sorry, what the fuck did you say? Intern, attend. What is with this place and the chickens? Why do I get the feeling we just walked into a Wes Craven film? Oh, don't you fucking dare. Oh shit.
What are they doing?
Get down. They are venture capitalists, but they shouldn't be here right now. It's a bear market and they're only searching for any remains they can scrounge up to short sale. Or, Rashid, we need you to get to town and warn everyone.
The investors are here.
No, little German boy, don't go into the PTSD cave. I'm getting so tired of pulling people out of places.
We need to stay here. Darryl is fantastic at ruining things.
It's difficult to get Darryl to do anything she doesn't particularly want to do, but if she thinks she can make you look stupid, she'll make an entire pageant out of it.
Hey guys, check this out. Hold on, Mulligan. Second try. Why isn't this working?
Because you're doing it wrong. It goes like this.
Well, kids, that's what happens when you let all of those ugly thoughts into your heart. You end up saying something the network regrets. But let's not dwell too much on the things your young, impressionable minds shouldn't be hearing, and talk about how that ugliness comes from Monster Hunter Wilds. You see, kids, it wasn't just rushed to launch, unfinished, completely broken PC port, or its Japanime melodrama, endless cutscenes and walkie-talkie sections, or even the complete removal of series staples and friction points that made the series what it is today. You know, I can get past a lot of that with that wonderful foundation that the garbage is heaped onto. But what really hurts your friendly little neighborhood is when the developers release 2 new monsters to the game and you spend 30,000 guild points using the rest feature, hoping the game will spawn the new enemy, and all it ever gives you is that not so neighborly tweaked out version that spams combos and nukes. You know, a man can only hunt so many Congalala while just begging the game to spawn the base monster so you can actually learn to fight it. Sometimes you just want to sit back and enjoy the game, but the developers intentionally built the game bad, and you're not fucking allowed to! You see, kids, sometimes grown-ups let you down, and sometimes you give some grown-ups your love and trust and money, and they just burn you. Burn like that gonorrhea I got from that Chinese hooker with her sideways vagina.
And I was super hungry, so I sent them off to get some barbecue for lunch. Wanted some ribs, you see.
Behold, the great smokers of BBQ-topia. Oh no, a pack of unruly dry rubs have come to ruin our cook-off.
I am the god of sauce, and none shall profane my sacred celebrations with dry, dusty salts and spices.
barbecue is saved. Praise Lord Sweet Baby Ray.
What did this have to do with business?
What did any of this have to do with anything?
Can we eat lunch now?
Yay, I guess you have earned it.
And down here in the filament mines is where we mine all of the filament for the 3D printers. The entire industry fuels itself from here, and one day, little German boy will have to decide whether or not to shut it all down for no reason.
Oh, boo-hoo and woe is me. This is all too much responsibility.
Hey, little German boy, I know this is tough to hear, but could you at least not be a little bitch about it? Ow. Fuck, my skin, my joints, now my skin again. Hey, this is kind of hot, this better not awaken anything in me. Okay, this moved from hot into full-on hardcore erotic.
So if we leave the 3D printers running, it will print us our share, and that will kill us all.
But if we turn it off, this entire industry could collapse.
I have an idea.
But it will print a business monster.
But the ecosystem.
I have an idea.
Why is this so hard? If only there was something happening this entire game that could solve this issue.
It's tragic that there isn't some way to let the monster be printed while also having someone who could interfere with said monster.
I have an idea.
Well, we'll just have to leave it up to the little German boy to make a decision and hope we don't all die.
It's okay, little German boy. We know you'll make the right choice.
It sure is a shame we literally only have two options in this matter. How will we know we've made the right decision?
Dank, Elgato Witch. I just hope that whatever decision I make, we can still all be friends.
Friendship is strictly prohibited under company policy.
Darryl's been quiet. Wonder what she's thinking.
I hate these people, I hate these people, I hate these people, I hate these people. I wonder if I killed them all I could get reimbursed for the dry cleaning to get their blood out of my clothes.
Well, I guess it's time to make the call.
I hope this iron correct decision, Fraulein.
I'm going to shove this giant slab of bone up its ass. You watch, PTSD builds character.
It's alright. Darryl is really good at ruining important things. I've seen her destroy entire human resource departments.
Knock knock, bitch. Yay, well fuck you too.
Well, kids, looks like I did it again. But that's okay, we all have our bad days. It doesn't mean we're bad people. What does make you a bad person is when you go out of your way to remove series mechanics that have worked perfectly fine just to introduce ideas that have never had lasting power and just drive away people who really want to love you. You see, sometimes the best intentions are fueled by dogshit ideas made by people who in any other industry would be too stupid to survive. It's never enough that you ask if you can do something. What you really need to think about is whether or not it's a good idea to do it in the first place, or if you're just pissing on everyone's experience. Kids, I want to love the game like a good dog who just can't stop biting. Only the dog doesn't know what it's doing. These mongoloid motherfucks knew exactly what they were doing. They just didn't give a single rat's ass if it made the experience worse, or if it would cause me to be unable to hunt the monsters I want to hunt, build the equipment I want to build, and just enjoy the fucking game! Yes, kids, hate is ugly, and it can make you do and say some ugly things. That ugliness infects everything else along its way too. And I find myself hating this game because the developers just won't let me love it. We all hope we can all be neighborly, but sometimes some people can't be so polite. And when those people have overstayed their welcome, we put them in the trash can with Electronic Arts, and Ubisoft, and Nintendo, and Activision, and Bungie. Who the fuck else can we decide we're never gonna give another fucking penny to again? Well, it sure was nice getting to talk with all of you today, and I sure am glad you stopped by, because the best cure to hate is love. I love my indie developers. I love bouncing bountiful breasts. I love tacos, and in the case of Capcom, now, until the waters come and none of this matters anymore, after the Master Rank expansion, I'm gonna love my money staying right where it is. Safely in the vaults of those hook-nosed
And I will take a side note to point out that I have, in the past, spent a lot of money on aesthetic microtransactions, you know, the top hats in Fable 2.
Great uncle, Mama's baby is out of marshmallows.
Sweet grandnephew, I've been warming more marshmallows for you in the pocket of my dungarees.
You've gone quite mangy, cat, but your grin's a comfort.
And you picked up a bit of an attitude. Still curious and willing to learn, I hope.
We were all asleep. It was an accident.
You selfish, misbegotten, and unnatural child. You smelled the smoke, but you were in dreamland taking tea with your friends. You couldn't be bothered. Your room was protected and spared while your family upstairs roasted in an inferno of incredible horror. I rule Wonderland, alone. Your interference will not be tolerated. This room is for grown-ups, raw, well-ordered rufflass careening off the jagged edge of reality. Self-pitying dreamers are not wanted here. They cannot survive here. You hear the truth. You live in shadows. Your pathetic attempts to reclaim your sanity have failed. Retreat now to the sterile safety of your self-delusions, or risk inevitable annihilation. If you destroy me, you destroy yourself. Leave now, and some hollow part of you may survive. Stay, and I will break you down. You will lose yourself forever.
What the fuck is that sound? Anybody else hear that? It sounds like cats being strung up to a cello and beaten with a chainsaw. The fuck? Okay, what's that sound?
Oh, I hear the smell of the... Hey guys! What's
fuck is that guy?
What are you doing in my house?
I got a headache!
Oh, I got some ibuprofen for that. Ankle scope. Fail me now!
How the hell do you even get down those stairs, bruh?
Smells like my Hot Pockets are gone. Do you guys want some? I got Philly cheesesteak kind. They're my favorite. I bet you'll like them. I can make you some and we can play some Smash Brothers. Do you guys like Smash Brothers? I got it on the Nintendo... Hey, wait. Don't point that at me.
Smash isn't the real fighting game, asshole.
Dude, check out that bitch's side boob. Anyway, we always play Final Destination, no items, Fox only.
Sir, look out, there's a spider on the floor. Ooh, a creepy spider.
Oh shit! A fucking spider! Oh no! Oh shit, guys, I'm sorry. Hello? Are you guys still down there? Do you guys still want those Hot Pockets? Hello? Okay, I'm just gonna eat the Hot Pockets. Oh, they're so fucking good.
What the hell is with the boost mechanics? Oh no! I'm having one of those Vietnam flashbacks. No, don't do this to me. Stop! Why doesn't Sonic run? Why is the homing attack all fucked up and retarded? Why did it auto attack? Why won't it work all of a sudden? What the fuck? I was nowhere near that guy. Who is this Laffy Taffy reject? Charlie's all over my sex. You'll never take me alive, you bastards. No, I'll never talk. TheNecroswanson, Private First Class, 3rd Battalion, United States Army. TheNecroswanson, Private First Class, the United States Metallic. My bones. Uh-oh. I'm having one of those blackout moments. Hello? Yes, Doctor, this is the Necroswanson. Uh-huh. And what were the results? What? Are you sure? How many opinions? That's a lot. Well, what are the treatment options? Okay. No, we'll go with that. Thanks, Doc.
Santiago.
Have you been injured at work through no fault of your own? Is the company playing hardball with compensation they owe you? Corporate lawyers giving you the runaround? Withholding documentation and making you sign questionable waivers? Are your bills piling up while you're physically or legally unable to work? Are you struggling to find representation in these times where your wallet is thinning outside of your own control? Have you considered that maybe you're the problem? Have you thought about the fact that maybe just nobody likes you? Have you considered that if you were less unlikable, people might be more inclined to help you? Maybe if you weren't such a stupid clutch, that might not have gotten you injured in the first place. Or at least your stupidity would garner sympathy if you weren't such an intolerable asshole. You're a dick! You suck! Everybody hates you! That's why the courts aren't willing to help you, because nobody likes you, everybody hates you, and you're just an all-around shucky human being! Maybe try working on that, you jerk. Paid for by the law offices of Shark and Shark.
And now, back to the shit show.
Hey, sorry about that. Apparently I was scheduled to have an entire fucking train plow through my ship, and I was not properly informed ahead of time, but here we are, and the show must go on. Next up on the Strange Tales from the Stranger Lands comes an anthology of more modern fears. Not just fears of our more private moments being put on display for all to see, but the encroaching terror of what is unseen in those situations and the desperate need to escape by any means. These two tales focus more on comedy rather than the foreboding, intimate doom of the previous two, taking a more surreal look at concepts such as thalassophobia, the trapped paranoia of being stuck at sea, or even trapped in a public restroom when you're just not okay with them. What is truly out there beyond the uncharted waters and unexplored islands or deep in the ocean? What goes through the mind when you find yourself in a bathroom stall and just wishing for whoever is out there to leave? All these questions and not a single one more are explored by today's developer, Maddie Abdikamanov. Maddie Abdicate the Throne Manov. The questions and not one more are explored by today's developer, the absolute mad lad.
Have you ever tried to shrink like an ice cube in the sink? Have you ever tried to see what lies hidden in the tree? Have you ever made a flag and squished it in your hand? Oh no, tell me it ain't so. Have you ever seen a whale with a polka dot tail? Did you ever see a man with 8 fingers on his hand? Did you have to dry your eye when you saw that bunny fly? Oh no, tell me it ain't so.
Okay, I'm gonna be real with you. I absolutely cannot stand public restrooms. When I got to step off my ship and go out amongst the landlubbers, I generally try to plot my day around the lowest likely chance of having to use one. I can't do it, man. Bro gots to drop a deuce like there's no tomorrow. Hear some dude walk in? Yup, everything stops until he's done. Just can't fucking do it. Our first tale, Toilet Chronicles, may seem like a shitpost title at first, no pun intended, especially with all its referential humor, but it tells us a very short story about a man who just needs to get the hell out of the bathroom during a party in 2008. Featuring an original 12 endings with a few more added in a free expansion, the player finds themselves dealing with a small series of tasks to complete so they can escape their own diarrhea nightmare and return back to the party before the Kraken breaks in and murders them for some reason. Yeah, I don't quite get the sense behind it, but I feel that where I live. Choo-choo! Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, we're just filming our show here. Had an onset incident, couple shattered vertebrae. Nothing a little hospital stay won't fix, I guess. Choo-choo! Yeah, no problem. But since you're here, I hate to trouble you, but can I get some water? Doctor says I can't leave the bed before he comes to check on me tomorrow. Choo-choo! Sweet, thank you. Hey, I hope this isn't rude, but that is a lovely accent. Where is it from? He's come back to finish the job! Oh, God!
Hi, I'm fucking Eddie Dingle. I met this girl named Nan. She overpopulated my senses. She fucking dipped me over. What's your big secret? Could you give me a clue? Oh, silly girl, I'm so in love with you. Won't you tell me what's on your mind? Or if you open your head, tell me what would I find? Are you for real? What do you feel? Finders keepers, losers weepers, baby. If I could get the lid off, I'd look into the jar. Is this the best thing that I can do? It ain't done me no good so far. Mind over matter. But it seems I don't matter at all, fucker. Man, a table for one. You think I could be right to come fuck? What's your big secret, baby? Could you give me a clue? Oh, silly girl, I'm so in love with you. Won't you tell me what's on your mind? If you'd open your head, tell me what would you find? Are you for real? What do you feel? I saw you yesterday walking with Danny. He's a fucker. And you a fucker too. You know what you did to me, baby? Yeah, you know what you did. Now you're walking with Danny down the street. How you making me feel, huh? How you think I'm making me feel, huh? Huh? You think I like it here, you fucker? You fucking bitch. I hate you, you fucker. You keep walking with Danny. You keep fucking walking with Danny. I don't give a fuck. Y'all don't give a flying fuck about you or Danny, you bitch.
Please stay tuned for the presentation of our national colors.
Business. He is a business shark. He does business. And he is a shark, so he's a business. He's a business shark. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa. Business. He is a business shark. He does business. And he is a shark, so he's a business. He's a business shark. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa. He is a shark, but he's not a man. He does business as much as he can, so he's a business. 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 Shark. Business. He is a business shark. He does business. And he is a shark, so he's a business. He's a business shark. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa. He does business. Sharky business, so he's a shark who does business and stuff. Whoa.
This concludes our broadcast day.